Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Brawling Dragon Tavern, where a cat gets hugged against their will.
She didn't cry.
Why am I echoing?
You're echoing?
Me.
Oh, you're the one that echoes.
It's me.
Oh.
I'm the culprit for once.
Hmm.
It's because I was sitting on the couch yesterday, working and yeah. So, welcome to the Brawling Dragon Tavern. We're officially kicking open the doors, and we're gonna probably pull an American History X with a few enemies.
Sure.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah. I'll go curb stomping a couple motherfuckers. As long as they've earned it.
Called it.
Oh, that was
What?
me. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Wasn't me this time. Damn.
It's usually a safe bet. Her or me.
Yeah. Fuck, shit, damn, god damn it.
Oh well.
Look, if we were monetized, we'd have to worry about getting unmonetized, but, well, fuck it.
We're still waiting for, that Raid Shadow Legends.
You know, they
No,
told you
like,
just
well,
about
that-
everybody else on the fucking internet.
Like NordVPN.
Them too. G Fuel. If you guys know anybody, or hell, throw us a few bucks, we'll give you a birthday shout out or something.
We'll do it
Come on.
for you. Sure.
Most of you
Hey.
have seen the stream before.
Hey, look, we'll even sweeten the deal. If you throw out us a couple of dollars and you mention someone you want to skip it, we'll make it really fucking awkward.
How to say you're a starving artist without saying you're a starving artist, right?
Yeah.
There ain't nothing starving about Manny. He sits down and I hear the chair creak.
Aw.
I like food. That's it.
It's like when he leans on the table and you creak really loud.
I'm doing it right now.
Yeah,
That's
no,
like
why do you
the-
think I don't fill up the cat water all the way? Because I've seen it spill out because of how much the table moves.
Most of that's because you get too excited from the magic items.
That is not entirely accurate, just partially.
So for our announcements, we're back for a couple of weeks, I believe, until our next day off. And I know that it's really specific. That's me.
We're
101
back
there.
until we're not. Deal
Well,
with it.
If I
Let's see.
recall,
Yeah, when is our next day off?
our next
I think
day
it's that thing that we're
is
playing.
supposed to be
The 18th of February, I believe, is the next actual one, but I think sometime around there, we've also got something planned that we're all going to.
yeah, sometime within February and March. But we do know guaranteed that the tavern will be closed on
The
the 1st
24th,
of June.
yeah.
Which will be the
No, we're actually closed February 24th.
I thought it was the 18th.
Oh yeah, no, it is the 24th.
Yeah, for Mr. Washington's birthday.
Yes. After that, it's going to be a random
That
time
cherry
between
tree
February and March. But the next official one after that will be the 1st of June.
That was doom free, okay?
Okay.
So, that's the next time we'll be closed. So we'll be here for a couple of weekends, causing mayhem, knocking over water, and
Swearing.
breaking technology again.
I don't break it. I fix it.
He breaks it.
Things just malfunction when I'm in the vicinity.
So as far as
Pretty sure it's getting stronger, too.
as far as announcements go, we don't really have any outside of
Generic bullshit announcements from us.
Yeah, sorry. We don't have Ambiance music tonight. Sorry.
The goblins got to the cables again.
Gremlins,
Gremlins got into
Yes.
because you
the
probably fed them
gremlins.
after midnight.
Yeah, guilty as charged.
They look so cute. Don't feed them.
I don't know what to do. Like,
So-
I won't show you those movies for a while.
all right.
Dude, Gremlins is still a gem. We watched it over the holidays, and
Oh, that's a great time to watch it.
yeah, it's a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you not watch it?
So, yeah.
So outside of that, we're going to. We don't have any announcements outside of that. Outside of, we're sorry for starting late. Everyone say you're sorry.
Sorry,
sorry,
everyone.
people.
Sorry.
Yeah, so we'll jump into the recap. Mayor, thank you for volunteering on starting us out.
For Cayenne, it started out back at the bachelorette party. Pulse continually exclaimed that it was the best night ever, all while giving her her own special brew of drink, which was found out later in the night that it refills. It never goes empty. Went to could remember a couple of places, 3 places that we went to in particular. The first one being in the middle of a Amazon rainforest, essentially, going to the Upper Fay Court, and got to eat a berry that was willing to be eaten. Saw Scav come into the first place we started at. Didn't see Scav again, but saw a judge come out from where he disappeared to, wearing a thong made of fur and
Oh,
leather.
the orc lap dancer.
Yep.
That may or may not have almost bludgeoned Scav to death without using his hands.
No.
got some
No.
some motherly advice from Kippa's mom about Cayenne's aversion and dislike for the sea and the ocean and water in general. While we were on the back of a giant sea turtle out in the middle of a completely black ocean. Coin, when we concluded the night, Coin gave Cayenne something to sober her up enough to get home. When Cayenne investigated a little bit outside on her way home, she found out that Bellis and Troyus are an item, which Cayenne's not entirely sure how that would work at all, aside
Very
from something
different.
magical.
Oh, it was magical, all right.
After Cayenne woke up in the morning, she met with the elf who accompanied Bellis and got a cup of coffee from her, and she let Cayenne know that Bellis would be staying, and that the business that Bellis had back home would be taken care of. Found out that apparently the elf was not on the list to be in the home, and there was no record of them even being in the city when Bellis had gotten here. So now that's got Kippa on high alert. Later on, I believe Cayenne found out that Mongo got possessed.
Oh yeah,
That was
partially.
Uh,
possessed.
Gav was almost eaten,
yeah. After
and then
after the
everyone convened at the farmlands to investigate the desecration. Through investigating, Cayenne found out that this is the work of a defiled dryad, which, through Cayenne's investigation of finding this out, she was able to get a rough, like, a glimpse of where this defiled dryad could be. And then everyone started coming up with plans. The original plan was for Nikolai and Mongo to go speak to the farmers, and Scav was going to get word to Kippa through the guards. Well, then the guards got split up to send word to the farmers after getting holy water. And then Cayenne decided she wanted to give word to the druids because they don't know if this blight could spread further. And that's where it left off for Cayenne.
Mango, go.
Yeah, we got to hear all about the fun everybody was having at the what was it, 100 bar or the 100 tavern bar crawl? That
82.
everybody just 82. Sorry,
I
that everybody was
watched
just
the episode earlier.
that everybody just kind of got magically teleported to once their time at the tavern was over. So that was fun and interesting, and we learned a lot about Pulse. The boys got the idea because they heard. Yeah, they got the idea to start asking Maggie a couple of questions about some of the things that Rorik, or the evil clone thereof, was able to do, and started trying to investigate a few things. Went down to the bank to check the vault. Certain unnamed mouse may have insulted a few people unintentionally.
Yes.
Unintentionally.
Oh, like the issue that was at hand. Hey, it was like, well, what's the confusion?
Thankfully, Maggie was able to smooth things over. Went through. Oh yeah, and that's when Maggie started finding things on a table that we thought was empty. So, Mongo, being the feline that he is, tries to knock something off of said table, and my dice, hating me, decided to make it a bit more interesting. Turns out there is a demon trapped in a dagger that was just left on the table. So when, cats go to cat things off, just, stab in paw, and then started getting slightly more possessed.
Possessed? Wait, is there something you're not telling us?
There's a lot of things I don't tell you, buddy. Yeah, apparently at one point in time started becoming inaudible, yet Nikolai was still able to understand him, even though allegedly he was speaking Infernal. But Fought took care of that. In only the way Fought could. Ripped Mongo's soul out of his body, proceeded then to viciously stab and murder the unoccupied body to get the offending demon back to where they started, and then put Mongo back after his body was fixed.
Does that count as one of your 9 lives?
I don't know.
You were repossessed.
Yeah. So that was a little traumatizing. Not sure if that's the most traumatizing thing Mongo's ever gone through.
I don't know. I think it'd be pretty freaky to be standing there in a non-corporeal form, watching someone you trust mutilate your body. It would be freaky, man.
Yeah. But the thought works in mysterious ways. And then Humphrey and Maggie went back to the vault to see if anything kind of would jog Maggie's memory. And Humphrey went along to see if he might be able to fill in a few things here and there, while the boys in Cayenne went to go check out the farm. That's where we found the little root that split the owlbear sigil, and kind of tracked everything back, and Mongo's got an idea of something to brew up that might help. If anything, it shouldn't make anything worse. It just won't do anything. It just should help.
Scabbard.
Yeah, so Scabbard got eaten by a mimic and managed to get out of that.
At least he didn't lose an arm because of a red balloon.
Got out of that situation and decided to go and get himself cleaned up. He went to a tavern where he saw a party going on, met a very interesting orc, took a bath, left, and as he was leaving, witnessed that whole party just vanish instantly. Went to the temple to go get healed up by Fat.
Or did he walk into the bathroom and then walk out and everybody was gone?
No, just he walked out, he saw go poof.
That was the thing. After being healed up, I'm trying to remember exactly what happened after that. I don't remember exactly what happened, but I do know that at some point we, as a group, found our way down onto the farm where we did some investigative work. While searching around to learn a little bit more about what's going on, the basically everybody found little things here and there. There was discovered to be a small little vine that was creeping up that broke the sigil of Owlbear. The land itself was corrupted by dark nature magic that Scabbard couldn't interact with, but knew that Cayenne could. And Cayenne's the one that figured out that it was an evil dryad, and the group basically came to a conclusion that maybe this might be the work of the enemy over in our homeland that's trying to mess with the armies of Casil by attacking the farmland. So, Scav went to the guard, handed them some holy water, told them what to do, and is heading towards the palace to speak with Kippa and the king. Everyone else is basically working on their own plans and getting ready to work together to take care of this potential big threat to the city.
Nikolai?
Nikolai's day started out on his way back from the Tinker's Guild with his updated plans from Audrey, but couldn't read them because they were all in English. So he started studying the Magic Learn Gnomish book that Lumion got him to meet up with Sunny and Mongo at the library, realizing that anything that we could really find at the library in Magic City already has evidence of. Likely, it's kind of not really anything we're going to find there. So we discussed of other things we could do, where we got to the plan of taking Maggie to the vault, just in case Puppet Maggie had at some point brought something there to store in the bank before departing the world. Had a simple request to the bank just to get a list of the things that they were deeming dangerous, because perhaps that might be important, but apparently that was insulting.
Oh, the red tape of dealing with a bank.
So I finally got into the bank vault, and Maggie revealed to us that there's hidden stuff in the bank vault. At which point, Mongo became a more evil.
Wow.
Cats are evil.
But not always.
There's some
Is
kind of
Sweetie
evil.
being evil right now?
No, not right now.
That's the not always. Crosses and you're fucked.
At which point, we ended up bringing Mongo to get depossessed, which was an interesting experience. Had dinner, then after that, had dinner with Bot. Headed home, woke up the next morning, went to start the work. Oh wait a minute, that's yeah, that's right. We had a little bit of a snafu about this mysterious person that got into our house, and Kippa having not had any awareness that someone had come and visited us, that set her off a little bit. And that's when we found out about the farm, went to the farm, started the investigation. Now we're reporting information back to the our superiors, and starting a little bit of an investigation, a little infield investigation to try to maybe triangulate some type of source in the area, or epicenter of corruption or something like that. That's where we're going from.
Also, there's some speculation on if this elf was our effective mother,
Yeah.
and then
Oh,
I
yeah,
got
that's
yelled
right.
at because I used the word "ish."
Yeah.
That's right. So we did like think that okay, maybe this might be her.
Yeah.
Oof.
All right. So jumping into the session, where are you off to, and what are you doing, Cayenne?
Diane was gonna go to the Druid Circle to warn Abram.
Okay. So you do get to the Druid Circle, and
Oh, before she left, I was going to tell her something because I'm assuming Cayenne would tell the boys that she was heading to the Druid Circle. Yeah.
Yeah, she would have reiterated how important that would be.
Yeah. When you get there, consider our tendency to how to put this nicely. I have no idea. When we light shit on fire, having anybody who can do a lot with water probably wouldn't be a bad thing.
So we are burning the place down?
We usually have a tendency of lighting shit on fire, so having basically a department to help fight said fire, probably not a bad thing.
God, now I'm just picturing the firefighter department just being a bunch of goblins.
Goblins with cups of water.
They wouldn't need cups of water. They'd just drink the water and piss.
Sure, it might not ignite the fires a little more.
I don't know. Bot used holy water.
That is true. He is an aquatic goblin though, so
Okay, so Cayenne, you head off to the Druid Circle to speak with the druid, the archdruid that resides there, and do an investigation.
My computer decided to close out D&D Beyond. Lovely.
Bum bum bum.
Thankfully,
bum,
I've got fast
bum.
internet.
Bum 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 bum. Oh man, I'm just so here. Apparently, I'm just making up songs as I go along.
That
What's
will
the
be in
wrong with that?
22.
22. You find the little fox and it's staring at you. You're having a stare down with her fox.
I will get down closer to the ground before I wave at them.
And the fox skitters off into the brush. You took all this effort to get down to the ground, and now you have to get all the way back up again.
I just imagine you going. Woo, 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 woo.
I have corrupted you.
It's a fox, not a Zoidberg.
Just roll to one side. Leg. Leg. 2 more legs.
And yeah, you probably work your way over to where her normal camp usually is, and there's warm tea waiting for you there.
I'd announce myself to Abram, let her know I was here. Which she probably already knows that I'm here.
She taps you gently, and she's like, "Piece of bread."
I would appreciate that. Thank you.
What brings you here, Cayenne?
Remember when I had spoken to you about the farmlands before?
Of course.
Um, there's a lot more to that desecration than what we had thought of before. Apparently, the blight on the land for the family, as well as the desecration to um, the sigils to Owlbear, was the cause of a defiled dryad.
And she just looks very. You just see her expression not really change. And she just takes your other hand and puts another piece of bread in. You need 2 of these.
I was able to get a little bit of information, but it was splotchy images here and there. I could at least pinpoint the entrance to a cave to where this dryad could potentially be. I don't know if this was their only attack or course of action here, but I also thought it was important to let you know just to make sure that no further damage is done.
Well, what is your course of action on this? What do you plan to do about this?
If I'm once this defiled dryad is found, I'm hoping to at least speak to them and hear from them as to why they made these choices of action. But I also want to see if they could potentially be purified.
Taking the path of an actual logistical smart archdruid instead of the rash and irresponsible position of a child.
I feel so fucking called out by that.
So
Because
not
my
kill them
first
all,
thought
sort of.
when I had seen what they were doing was to completely eradicate them. But then I got to thinking, maybe purification would be a better way.
Taking something that was to serve nature and to defile it and to switch it back, that would test you as an archdruid. I'll be keeping my ears open to see how this turns out.
Do you know if there would need to be any work done on the farmlands to reverse the damage that was done?
Well, if you manage to either kill or purify the druid, then things should find their way back. I could work with the local druids that pass through to cultivate the land back to being healthy. The average people of the lands don't realize the fact of us archdruids, we literally control their farmlands. If they're spiteful towards nature, then we tell nature not to return as much. If they're respectful of nature, then we can convene with nature to produce better crops. What?
Sounds like a protection racket.
Protection record of druids.
I'm just really wondering about the family, why a dryad would get involved with their family, because it didn't seem as to any of the other farms were harmed at all.
Yeah, perhaps that was the cracking of the piece of ice, wiggling the first vine in to find a weakness. Perhaps that family is of importance to the other farmers, and removing the keystone and causing the arch to tumble was a plan. Don't really delve too much into the ways of mortals and the things that they do because it's not my place. I'm a druid. Nature comes first. The machinations of a society come second.
I can agree to that to an extent, given given my position, a few things have changed.
You have a lot more on your hands than I do. I just have my hands full of bread currently.
How has Eric been, by the way? I haven't seen him in a while.
He's actually volunteered for the great hunt of the armies, volunteered his services.
I do hope that he's doing well.
I do too. He wanted to try something noble, and, well, he's trying something noble. Hopefully, he is either returned to us in standing or at least in one piece that we can lay him at rest.
I have good faith that he'll do well. From what he has taught me in his training in his profession, he's definitely very skilled. And
How
I'm
are
just
things for
gonna
you?
doing well. The party that Coin organized for me was definitely more than I was expecting.
Did you at least enjoy it?
I did. One of the places that sticks with me the most that we had gone to was this tavern in the Upper Fay Court.
I visited there once. It was too noisy. Way too noisy.
I know that at some point in the future, me and my family will be traveling to the Feywild.
Well, you know the rules. The Feywild don't give out your name and don't give out where you live. You may find strangers perching where you live, and you may find yourself a slave to some archfey, or something even worse.
We we've come to find out in our travels before we came here that we should have aliases, so I think that we've each been coming up with our own list of aliases to use that we wouldn't mind losing. I'm I'm the only one in my party that understands how important names actually are when it comes to the Fae.
I will give you a warning. Don't lean into a specific alias too much, as that can cause the same kind of power grab as your real name.
That is why I am picking things based off of just, I guess, influenced by mood more so than anything.
She just smiles at this and takes a bite of bread.
My guess for my brother Nikolai, he would use terms that come with tinkering or artificer things.
Runes.
Yeah, different kind of different what is it? Diameters of screws. My name is 6 millimeter.
Maybe different tools. I have no idea.
Would the millimeter of the screw go up or down if he's cold?
I would assume my brother Scav would do something that has to do with like dragons or even something to do with kobolds. I don't know specifics. Maybe even gemstones.
Huh. I don't care for your brother Scabbard. He's too much of a noble.
That's fair.
I would take that. I would take that as a compliment to the player, because that just shows that the lessons of being a noble are paying off.
And he likes to monologue. Monologue.
Look, it's the paladin thing. I'm leaning into the trope.
Meanwhile, you just have Cayenne over here, who's like Merida. Just,
Yeah.
Just imagine that.
I'll work on the days that are assigned that I have to work, but when it's my off day, piss off.
Quick, Cayenne, get on the horse. Let's go. Oh, a centaur riding a horse. Imagine that mental image.
That would be
Game allows for
It would be awkward enough if said mount instead of a horse an owl bear.
It could be more awkward, a centaur riding a centaur into battle.
The game allows for it.
the infinite
No.
centaur. Just thousands of legs whipping out and hitting all at once.
Imagine just, we're still trying to figure it out. How would a centaur actually wear pants?
Would it just be the back legs, the front legs, all four legs with separate pairs, or just one big
I
pair
still-
of four?
I kind of
I
Or is
think
it
still
like-
if
like
there's a centaur. Oh, sorry.
I still
Go
like
ahead.
the idea of the centaur chaps.
Yeah, I would think it would be like two sets of chaps that would just look really weird.
I kind of imagine that if there's ever a centaur artificer, horse pants are just the ultimate thing that just vexes them to no fucking end.
That's
I
their
have
goal
it.
in life.
I have it. You know the winter blankets that you put on on horses?
Yeah.
You basically elongate it at the sections where the legs are, right? But then
Okay.
you leave the underside of the belly open and it has a belt to secure it so it doesn't just fly off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pants.
Cayenne opens a centaur fashion shop.
No.
Oh my god. This fucking Star Trek.
She would probably open like a druid armory and druid supply shop. A side section being her brewing section.
This will kill you, Mare.
Oh no.
Captain, we're being hailed by the Maya he. Maya who? Maya ha ha.
No.
What the fuck?
Just something came up on my feed.
I used to have that as
Okay,
my
I feel
ringtone
the
on my
need to
phone.
remind you that we're getting off track.
We are.
Oh.
Ugh, that was my ringtone when I got into high school.
Oh my god, that was so terribly bad. I think that even hurt Tom.
I live off of telling people bad jokes.
Yeah, my boss talking.
Look, we already established that if I were a vampire, I'd be one of those that kind of feeds.
Yeah, you
off-
refuse to watch any more of the show, so
That's
go fuck
not
yourself.
true.
Energy vampire?
Yeah,
So,
tell them a bad joke. It sustains me for a while.
So, Are you gonna stay there for a little longer, Cayenne?
Yeah, I enjoy the bread with her and tea with
I
her.
need you to roll a con.
Fuck is in that bread?
That's a 5.
You bite into the bread. The initial taste is kind of like a sweet bread, and then the pepper melody of like Carolina Reapers and ghost peppers and other peppers hit you all of a sudden.
Alrighty, that's crazy.
It's like a pepper jam type of bread, but oh my god, she's used some of the hottest peppers you can imagine.
Yep, trigger the chest pains.
The indigestions.
Oh, that's the one thing I get anytime I have anything super spicy. It's like chest pains,
I got you beat.
like heart attack chest pains.
Anytime I eat onions now, I get really bad indigestion. It's awesome. Yeah, I love onions in food, especially grilled onions, and I can't do it anymore.
Like
Just-
at all?
I'll be burping up onion and just tasting it and constant, really terrible indigestion.
It's starting to happen with garlic.
Awesome.
That really kills you, huh?
Oof, I love garlic. So, where are you off to, Scav?
The palace.
Okay.
Make my way up there. We have some important things to relay. But yes, the palace.
You head up to the area to go to the palace, and you get stopped by a elven guard.
Display my information and documentation for them.
They take it from you and they're examining it. They're like, "This is obviously forfeit. Kobolds aren't allowed in the royal temples."
That is so. Why is the Empress of what is the name of our place again?
Yes.
Why is the Empress of Essencrest here?
My wife.
My wife? Currently speaking, of course.
That sounds made up. I'm gonna have to go verify these documents.
By all means, please do. I'll wait.
And they snap their fingers. And a few other guards come around and they have their hands resting on their blades, standing around you in a circle.
It's fine. I'm just patiently waiting.
And the elf just is taking her sweet time to walk up towards the royal courts. As you're stuck at the gate area to go in. The bane of Scabbard's life right now.
Red tape.
Yep.
Where's Mongo going?
He's going to get a cramp in his fucking leg. Head off to Pulse because
Okay.
he's going to need her help with what he's thinking.
Head off to her shop, her
Mhm.
temporary shop. There's a sign hanging there
Fuck.
saying it's currently closed due to unforeseen circumstances. No,
Call
I'm
the
not a
hangover.
psychic.
Machine circumstances called the hangover.
Fuck. Okay, I guess I'll try this myself then. Leave like a little note so that way she knows, like, hey, contact me when you get a minute. And then haul off back to the house where the atrium is.
Oh, this should go real well.
I'm really hoping somebody else is there right now.
You head into the house is empty.
Fuck.
You are alone inside house.
What time of day is it?
I think it's afternoon.
Okay, so we've been sharing the house with others for kind of a while. When would a reasonable time to expect one of these centaurs to come back?
It could be anywhere between about dinner time all the way up until past like midnight.
Fuck.
I can see your brain is brewing an idea over there out of anger.
Yeah. So I've basically got 2 options left.
Hey, put on your Indiana Jones hat.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be the most likely one. Right, so first things first. Send a message to Cayenne. Let her know what I'm going in there for.
You get them. Well, relay the fucking message, you cunt.
Yeah. So Cayenne, you're gonna get a message from Mongo saying he's about to go do something royally stupid. And it reads something to the effect of, Cayenne, I've got a bad idea, but it requires me going into the atrium to get a bit of drool from our favorite plant, buddy. I hope this goes well. But something tells me I'm going to need you to bail me out, so if you could help me not die, that'd be great. At your earliest convenience, of course.
This is message, yeah.
Sending a message of some form, yeah.
You
Oh,
receive.
well,
You
'cause
receive said message.
it would be, if it's the message spell, yeah, because I know that you do have to point as part of the semantic components, but there's only a certain range, and if the druid circle is out of that range, then yeah, it would just be, okay, send a message, and she'd get a scroll of, hopefully I'm not going to die.
Cayenne, you have received said message from Mungo.
This is probably while I'm eating a handful of snow to help my mouth.
Yeah, the snow is just melting instantly in your mouth from the heat.
Well, at least this would put a pep in the hooves to get moving quicker.
Nitro booster. You just see a center going across with fire coming out the back end.
It's like the horse from Hell.
Ghost Rider?
Yeah, Ghost Rider. Almost said Hell Rider for some reason. I was like, wait, that's not right. And almost
No.
said Hellraiser. I was like, that's not right either.
Oh. What about you,
I
Nikolai?
guess.
Well, I guess no one else thinks it's important to go try to see if any other farms are affected since we're already here. So I'll see if I can catch a guard that's going around doing the things that Scav said to do and like ask questions.
Well, that's why Scav was having to do that in the first place. But
Yeah, you catch one of, you see a halfling guard. They're all bundled up. You can just see their eyes peeking out, and they're like, and they're just like all bundled up, and they're like, it's so cold. Why am I on this duty? I asked for indoor duty.
Well, sir, guard.
And they don't like, like look over, like,
Down here.
The halfling dress is the initial one, man.
and they try to look down, and you can just hear, and
Please help.
Ace catches their shoulders and stands them back up.
Hi.
Yeah, Ace picks you up.
So you're doing this, you're helping with this thing about getting the information about the local farmers?
They try to motion to the.
Yes. All right. So let me get your, may I assist you because I need your assistance.
Well, you have 2 working arms, and I'm currently bundled up a bit too much. It's really cold.
Well, my buddy Ace can probably carry the both of us. Will that work for you?
As a member of the Royal Guard, I am not, or well, the City Guard, I'm not to be carried. I have to walk on my own 2 feet. And they just kind of, they can't even reach their sword or anything if they need to.
Yeah, but you can't reach your armaments or anything, good sir.
That's a not that that's a later problem.
It's a later problem. um, I guess get back to me. I don't. I'm sorry. I don't. There's something missing that I'm not understanding. So
Okay.
sorry. I'm having a brain fart.
Okay. Scabbard,
Yes.
you're still waiting 30 minutes later. How frustrated are you right now?
I am still being as patient as I can be. So how's your day going?
The guard's like, oh, it's warm. Well, the hot cocoa is warm. The weather itself is rather chilly.
That's good.
And you?
On investigation.
They sent a kobold to do an investigation.
Oh yeah. Who else would they send?
They all start laughing together. I suppose they would either send one of the cloaks or one of us to do a proper investigation, but I guess all of us are tied up right now.
Understandably so.
They're just kind of passing hot canister of hot cocoa between each other. What is Mongo doing?
Get a couple of containers to hold the drool in the kind of makeshift lab that he set up, and then also get make sure he's got more than enough ingredients to make a couple of those little kind of bubblegum bomb things that he has.
All right. Cayenne does show up eventually.
Right as I'm about to walk in.
Yeah, you see Mongo about ready to cross over the threshold into the atrium of no return.
I would stop if I were you.
Oh, thank God. You're back. Oh.
Although Aubrey would very happily offer their saliva to you, Purple would most likely see you as food.
And ironically, you're looking over at Cayenne and you see a dark shadow behind you, and before you can respond, you're yanked by your tail and basically Loki by Purple.
Oh, God damn it.
And you see this happen in front of you, Cayenne. Let's see.
Gonna stamp a hoof and yell out, "Purple! Drop it!"
You get slammed 3 times back and forth, and you're hanging by Purple's beak, and they just drop you to the ground as you take 4 points of damage from being bludgeoned.
Jeez.
And Purple just kind of tilts their head like and scratches at the ground a bit, like, I didn't do anything. Purple riles up its feathers in your direction.
You're positive that's Red and Blue's kid, right?
Yes. Purple, not food.
Roll animal handling there.
Don't hurt family. Much.
24.
Yeah, Purple just kind of, shakes a feather at you, like kind of like fuck you, and walks off. And then stops, looks over its shoulder, and does this with its feathers, and disappears into the brush.
That family.
I'm having, as you saw, I'm having a hard time with Purple. Apparently,
He's a little shit.
that is also a menace to farmers.
The other menace to farmers.
Yeah. So while they're in their rebellious teenager stage, just don't go to the atrium unaccompanied. They are a flurry of all sorts of emotions and urges and everything else. Apparently, even Osling had a hard time with Purple in our absence.
Maybe we should just send him to deal with the Dryad. Just fucking annoy the shit out of him for a bit, and then we go in.
So I
'Cause,
actually
he wants to cause
had
trouble.
I actually had an idea that might work and would also potentially heal any blight that's occurred. What if there was a way to purify the Dryad?
Oh.
So instead of just resorting to just intense violence, try to speak to them and try to offer them a chance to be purified instead. That there's no sense in doing what they've done. That they can fix what they've done.
True. It could also just be a bit of their powers manifesting in a way that they are unable to control, or somebody else is pulling the strings and kind of manipulating them. Like, look, I don't know if the bad cloaks are involved, but there's a lot we don't know about what those cloaks can do. You throw one of those on somebody, it might override their own personal feelings.
Mm-hmm.
Which is kind of why I was going in there. Because you know those little bubblegum bombs that I can do?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I figure if we lace that with enough of your little leafy friend's anti-magic drool, might slow him down a bit to get a couple of questions in.
That could potentially work.
Also, you said that they were a dryad?
A defiled Dryad.
Mm-hmm. Dryads have any common allergies or anything?
Fire's the biggest one.
Oh, that I've
Iron.
got covered.
Iron.
Fire's their biggest allergy, and I would assume any man-made metal. Because just like with the Fae, they would have Fae allergies too. So iron would be a huge one.
I'm sure I could probably scrounge up a few iron filings, just to be a dick.
Iron
Smoke bomb, but it's iron dust.
iron
Ooh, that's a good
spray.
Not far from the idea I had.
Aerosol
Oh my God.
iron.
Carpet bomb the area.
I'm just picturing you go to the Feywild and you're like, I didn't pack the bear mace, but I packed Fey mace.
More or less what I was thinking of.
Fae be gone.
Fey be gone.
Fey be gone for all your Feywild travel needs.
Let's see a cast iron stick.
Cast iron, wrapping a what's his name? Ace's hands and cast iron skillets.
What is the new great weapon for the party? Cast iron skillets while in the Feywild.
Good for cooking and
mean-
bludgeoning.
They work.
Yeah. The movie Rapunzel fucking proved that.
Yeah. Scav,
Yes,
another half an hour goes by, you're still waiting.
it's fine. I'm a stubborn kobold. I can wait them out if I have to. Someone from our court is bound to come by and notice.
Just normal nobles passing back and forth as they check documentation. And you're still stuck here. 3 hours go by, Scav, and eventually the elf comes back. It's like, well, I guess you can go. Someone vouched for you.
3 hours.
Thank you.
And they didn't offer you a chair or anything. And every time you sat down, they're like, oh, it could be any minute now. You have to stand there. You move and your knees are just like stiff.
Make my way in. Totally understand. Just doing your job.
And your stomach's also grumbling.
He's gonna try to write him off.
No.
Having demoted to some far off in corner.
Send him to the front lines.
You get to the first house with the guard.
Okay. Let him do the introductions because he's recognizable.
He knocks on the door with the piece of glass that Gabbard provided. Someone answers the door and like, oh, Chip, how are you? And Chip's like, oh, good day. Can I come in with my guest here? They're a noble investigating. Investigating, you said? The occurrences here in the farms. Right. Oh, and I have to take this holy water and bless your lands. And they're like, oh, come in, get unfurled from your layers and have some stew and enjoy the company. And you notice it's another set of halflings. And they're like, oh,
Nikolai's getting 11s.
terrible weather out there. Oh, come in before you catch a death. And they immediately, this place is like sitting in a forge because of how warm it is.
Like, can my companion come in?
Oh, come in, whatever you are.
Nikolai.
They look at the robot monkey. Oh, hi, Nikolai. Strange name for a companion, huh?
No, I'm Nikolai.
What?
Oh, that's his
Down
name.
here. Hi.
Oh, it's a wee little mouse. Oh, we got something for you. It comes back and just sits this giant thing that's like a good another inch taller than you of cheese.
Well, thank you.
Eat up.
Halfling
Sure.
hospitality.
Oh, wait, you need some bread to go with that, and some porridge, and some soup. Would you like some seasonings?
Well, I appreciate all.
Look at you, your skin and bones. You need to eat some food. Sit down, have a meal.
Thank you for the kindness. But we do have quite an urgent thing going on that I need to spend a little bit of time talking about.
Stop talking, eat meal. There's plenty of time to talk over it while we consume the meal.
Unfortunately, this may be affecting the entire farmlands, so I need to move from house to house here. If we can just ask a couple questions, then I'll be happy to stay for a little.
Well, okay. He leans over to his wife, and she's a rounder halfling, very much a housewife, rosy cheeks right now because of the warmth.
Yeah.
He's like, hon, can you go and ring the neighbors for a little meeting? And she's like, sure. And she puts on her coat and everything, and she goes and pitter patters out the door, taking a big sling of like hot cocoa so she could drink it along the way.
So, is there have you guys been having problems with your crops in your fields?
Well, we really haven't noticed anything. But our neighbors have been having problems with their crops, and
In particular, what's started this investigation is my brother Scabbard, the Empress of Essence Crest's husband, came across, the player forgets the character's name of the family farm.
anybody?
Give me 1 second. I have the name here in the notes.
I think it was something pretty simple. But I don't
Halflings
remember.
don't have complicated names because they'd rather be eating than dealing with formalities.
I actually took one of those goofy online, like, oh, what are you in this fantasy genre?
Mhm.
And it just happened to be a bunch of like halfling orcs and all that. What do I get?
Halfling.
Yeah.
Last time I took one of those, I was the villain. Like, oh,
Seriously, Manny, you don't have that information?
I'm looking. I have
Look,
a shit ton of notes, dude. Like,
oh my gosh. Okay, so we can move forward.
Fairly
with-
certain I don't meet the height requirement for halfling.
I can borrow an axe.
Let's not.
Don't worry, I know how to tie a tourniquet too.
Good.
And
But
I
no.
can wait until, Cayenne is here because we both have medical backgrounds. And don't worry, it worked out fine.
Yeah.
you
Sorry, look at my wrist. I gotta go. Look at the time.
You can be like Hank's dad.
Yeah. No.
Just put the shoes on the ends of your
Nubbins.
leg stubs. No, I mean you wouldn't have to ever worry about stubbing your toes anymore.
They'd probably rot and fall off.
yes, I don't have those notes here.
Okay,
It might have been in my other
so-
notebook.
provide the name, and he discovered that their property has been relatively blighted by some foul creature.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate. I mean, they really haven't been pulling the community together like they usually do. They've been kind of dwelling on the loss of their children and dealing with their crops.
Yeah.
So, the local farming community has been kind of wayward because of it. Eat up, you need food in you.
Take it
Our lore master's like, I'll get the names to you soon.
back.
I have the names myself, but I'm just too lazy to open my notes.
What are
At least you're
notes?
honest.
I just don't want to open my big book of GM notes right now.
I'll take a bite. So, what other problems are you guys having?
Well, the community is not being a community. I mean, they were kind of like a cornerstone of holding the meetings every week, forefront of helping with problems, and they've
And the
kind of just
loss of their children and the problems with
yeah.
the crop kind of just.
I mean, they're not doing the standard 12 meals a day anymore. I mean, they've only gone down to 3. It's a pity.
They were halflings as well?
Yeah.
I thought they were human.
No, halfling.
Oh, okay.
First time you're hearing about halflings and how much they actually do eat in a day.
Halfling only eat 3 meals a day. Jesus, they're starving.
As I've heard, depression can be quite a powerful deterrent on enjoying anything.
Oh, yes. I mean, when you're an outcast in our society, you're only fed the most mundane of foods. And only few meals at a time.
So they were kind of like a pillar of your community around here?
Well, of course. I mean, they were the heads of the council.
Well, that eliminates one thought that one of us had that this was one farmer getting at another farmer.
Oh,
I was just
how
sharing.
how dare you
It was-
defile the integrity of a halfling table?
We weren't in-
Halflings stick together. Have you know, we are not like goblins, where
Sorry.
goblins will, eat one and the other. How
I'm
dare you? How
sorry.
dare you overseason this conversation?
My apologies. No offense was meant. It was just sharing sharing the prospects of what we came
What?
up with, trying to solve the problem.
They grab you and they open your mouth and they pour like some like tequila in your mouth and make you spit it out. Wash those those words out of your foul mouth.
I will do as required.
You foul little mouse bringing such heresy to a halfling's home.
Again, my apologies. Please forgive my transgression.
May your meals be unpleasant for a week.
Perhaps deserve this. That's actually very good news. Actually, eliminates a problem.
She only said halflings don't do that to other halflings. We don't know about the rest of the farm.
Yeah, exactly. So, what can you tell me about the rest of the farming community in this area?
A little metagamey.
Well, I suppose so. I mean, I was already leaning towards that question.
Eat your food.
I presume you're calling an impromptu meeting.
Getting all the farmers together,
Yeah.
essentially.
I really try to
Cayenne
lavish
and
as many
Scabbard.
compliments as to the quality of food that they are.
Oh, it's crazily good seasoned. It's like, oh, you're like halflings live like this? Their primary budget is probably food and comfort.
Easily.
Cayenne and Mongo, you are now dealing with your pants problem? Plant problem.
I mean, Mongol probably just shit his pants.
Malco wears pants.
Did you wear the brown ones today?
Yeah, I think we were just about to walk into yeah, Mongo got Loki'd by purple little fucker. Not helping Mongo's other phobia at all. Yeah, see if we can get a bit of anti-magic plant drool.
Well, you need to speak to Cayenne about that.
Where was the something about yelling bad juju?
I'll take Mongo to Aubrey.
Aubrey is your plant that reads, if I remember right.
Yes. The one who can speak.
Aubrey, the one that can actually speak. God, I haven't jumped in these characters in for a hot minute.
Aubrey originally didn't wear a monocle and read newspapers or drink from a teacup.
You are taken to Aubrey, and what do you do?
So there's the. I don't think I've ever met Audrey before. Aubrey.
Well, Bad Juju, I think, is the one with the drool you're looking for, actually.
Fuck.
Aubrey would know Bad Juju.
That would be Aubrey's cousin.
Yep. And you just see this newspaper and see a little vine come out, pick up a teacup, disappear behind it. Or there's two vines holding on to the thing. You hear a slurping sound and you see the teacup put back down. How's Mongo responding to this?
I'm just picturing one of those sunflowers from like Plants vs. Zombies sitting in a chair reading a newspaper.
I'm picturing more of a Little Pet Shop of Horrors.
Yeah.
I was almost thinking the Poison Ivy's plant friend from Harley Quinn.
I haven't watched enough Harley Quinn.
Oh yeah.
But I know she always has a plant friend.
Yeah. This one's changed a bit.
Who, Aubrey?
Yeah, last time we came in, weren't they a little more wild, less well read?
No. Well, last time we were here, Aubrey didn't read a newspaper from what I noticed, but we've been gone for 8 months. Aubrey's actually very smart.
Well, let's say hello.
Well, introduce yourself.
Hello. Aubrey, I believe it is.
They lower down the thing. Oh, hello there. And you see all this, bulb plant with like these giant lips and like all these razor sharp teeth. Oh, it's great to have a friend. And they take off the monocle.
Oh. I think I owe you an apology. I don't know if we've ever met before.
Oh no, I would remember your face. Oh, you're a Munchkin Tabaxi, the cousin of the Billy folk, tiny, short Munchkin. Oh, you're so cute and adorable. I just want to pinch those cheeks right off your face. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Into the two little, can I squeeze your cheeks gently?
Letter. It's like, all right. She's found my weakness. Compliments.
Oh, look at you. You're just a mighty little wonder of the world. It's so adorable. Tom's like, I don't know how to deal
Yeah.
with this.
That was probably a different house where we had to yell bad juju. Something about that, huh?
They just kind of have their paper curled off to the side, the giant scroll or like readings of what's going on. Oh, how can I be of service to you?
Well, I was lucky enough to meet someone very similar to yourself. Bit less well read. More feral almost. That is not the right word.
Oh, such horrendous words. We are a civilized bunch.
But we were gone for a while.
Was it
Or
to a
youthful.
mental asylum? Was it? Did you get a little insane in there? Hmm?
A quick stop for a checkup in one probably wouldn't hurt. A little worried they might not let us out.
Oh, you never know. They might throw away the key and never look back.
Kind of what I'm worried about, especially when it comes to our brother Scabbard.
Oh,
But the other one that we met had this rather particular talent.
oh, well, we all have talents.
Whenever this one would pretty much sink their teeth into their next meal, whoever it happened to be, their saliva had a very peculiar agent in it that would help nullify any sort of magic that might do them harm.
Oh, I believe Cayenne would know that better than I, as I tend to know how to translate scrolls from one language to another.
I love you.
Awesome.
I work with the local Wizards Guild. And how else do you think I buy delicious meals and, the finest of monocles? I have a whole collection. Oh, and I've started recently wearing tiny little hats, and they put a little, like, Mary Poppins hat. Isn't it glorious?
Oh, that is adorable. Brings out some of your leaves.
Oh, it does. It just brings out the color. Oh, look at the reds and some of the oranges.
Oh fuck! There goes that whole idea. Yeah, totally wrong
Orella.
house.
It was the house in Orella.
Even
The
though I
mansion.
collected some of it, there's a time limit before the anti-magic goes away.
Yeah.
So any that I would have is all effectively dried up.
Oh no, Mongo found a friend. Oh, you're so broken, aren't you?
Because unfortunately, there's this rather uninvited fellow that we have to inquire about, causing a bit of a ruckus in the farmlands.
Oh, well, I suppose you should get a move along and do as the adventurers do and pull up your breeches if you are wearing them, button down your shirt, and put the best foot forward and be so graciously brave and be like, stop, evildoer, I will not stand for it.
I don't know if they're evil or if there's something else going on. Could just be a sick practical joke for all we know.
Pretty sick back.
Started out as a practical joke and just got out of hand for. You wouldn't happen to know any way to nullify someone's.
They just kind of. Well, you could try just swallowing them whole and chewing them up and letting your stomach acids do it. They can't do magic if they're being digested.
That is true.
And if you really want to get barbose with it, you rip their limbs off. Oh, you can't wiggle your fingers if they're not attached anymore.
Also very, very true. Probably not going to be bite size, whoever they are. Well, not for myself anyway. I had a fucking plan, and now that plan is just
I know. Too.
pointless.
I know. Too.
Adapt and overcome.
Yeah, the plan was to make an anti-magic bubblegum bomb. Now I have nothing that can do anti-magic.
Sure you do.
Don't do bubblegum
You
bomb.
can attempt to make some anti-magic potions.
Yeah, I don't think Mongo's far enough on that.
And so you leave Aubrey to her reading.
Yeah.
Oh, do visit. It gets rather lonely in here.
Oh, of course. If you wind up translating any scrolls that are of interest, I'm put effort into being the best little wizard that I can. Still have quite a long way to go, though.
One paw in front of the other. One paw in front of the other. Big steppies. And Cayenne's over there just cackling. She's enjoying the show of Aubrey.
It's
You
too
okay?
good.
You okay there?
Yeah. I'm good.
Throw a character at you guys and don't know how to respond.
Damn it, that was the wrong plant.
Do you guys head into the other room, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
And Coin comes through the door and she's just stretching. And her fur is all frazzled and she has a big giant like different mug this time that says not a morning cat. And you see steam coming from it and smell a little bit of the coffee from it. She's
Yeah.
all bundled up. The robe is just dragging behind her. She's like, Hello.
Good morning. I'm glad you're awake.
Isn't it like
Uh.
nighttime at this point?
Well, 'cause she was probably passed out drunk for a few fucking days.
That's fair.
Diane, was it good for you too?
It would be afternoon.
Of all things she could have said.
Look, I've seen some wild things, but I've never seen Cayenne snort a line of like narcotics off of a stripper's stomach before.
Kind of look up at
What
Cayenne.
happened?
Excuse me, what?
Why do I get the feeling that
She
whatever
drank
happened
a
there
lot of alcohol.
is probably best left there?
Yeah, you could say it. Oh, Mongo. She sets the coffee cup down. She reaches out to sit down and misses the table and shatters over.
No, if I see that trying to go, I'll mage paw.
Oh yeah. She skitters off to the room and comes back. I have some leftover things. I nullified the names off of it. Here. She hands you 2 scrolls of mass transportation.
That could help.
They were left over, and I figured you can put them to use. And
She was moving people to and from.
And you
With
realize
just
how much
scrolls of
money
mass
she
trans-
spent.
Holy crap. Wow.
You okay there, Tom?
How many bars did they get to?
Dude, there were 82 on the list.
But how many did they get to?
So how much you gonna try and get that?
That
spell
is
copied into your book?
that's up to coin how many we got to.
Yeah. Oh,
You're just like,
this actually does help out a hell of a lot.
oh, they're just scrolls of mass teleportation.
So these two, would I be able to go somewhere, get something, and then bring it back, and that just uses one, or is it just?
You
Okay.
had to go to another place that uses one. You had to use the other one to come back.
God damn it!
It's a one-way trip.
How complicated is this thing?
Look up the scroll. You put on your wizard hat and do Arcana and look up the scroll or the spell mass transportation.
Yep.
Teleportation.
I was just looking through what
I think Cayenne earned the shirt that
That'll work.
reads, "The best things that happen."
Nice. That reserves a fist bump.
I can't see because there's a fucking emoji in the way. I hate that. The best things that happen to me are the ones I don't remember.
I still like that shirt that I kind of found that matches coin. Sorry I'm late, but you know magical girl transformations can be.
What'd you get?
Natural 20.
Natural 20? Look it up. You have a clear understanding. I'll come back to you once you do. Scabbard, you head in, and you walk right in as Kip is having an actual meeting.
Patiently wait.
And an elf looks over and says, "Is this one of your servants?" And Kip was like, "No, but you can wait outside."
Do exactly that. Just wait outside the door until I'm able to actually go in and speak with them.
You're actually able to sit down, and it probably feels great to be able to sit down. And then another hour goes by.
Let's see. So it'll be around like 4 p.m. at this point.
4 hours later, and your stomach is just grumbling angrily.
I'm gonna snibble on whatever ration I have on me. Whatever snack I have.
Yeah, figure it out. Eventually all the farmers are gathered together and they're all kind of like huddling into this like area that's designed for halflings. You see like a furbolg there, you see a half giant couple
Wow.
You see a bunch of halflings.
Okay, that works.
You see a goblin as well.
Oh, wow.
You see a kobold. You see a few dragonborn. There's a whole variety.
All right.
A couple of humans there.
Okay. Like dozens of people. Alrighty.
There's at least 40 couples in this room right now.
Well, I'll wait for.
Oh, don't you dare! Meal before business. And the
I was just saying, I'll wait.
and they start passing out food for everybody too. And the gnome, he's like, all right. He goes over and he or the halfling's like, he bites his thumb gently and he goes over and he pushes the wall and it extends out to give room. And they lay out a giant long table that the table that's square just sprouts
Yeah,
out.
just stretches.
And everybody just kind of sits down and gets comfy and
Cool.
I'm gonna feel that one tomorrow.
I'll guess while everybody's like eating or something, I'll just like kind of go around listening and see what see if they bring up anything that makes me want to ask a question later.
The halfling, he picks you up gently, sits you on at the head of the table. Heary, this little mouse folk has summoned us here on some sort of noble business regarding some treacherous things, and they all start whispering amongst themselves, and as
Well,
farmers would.
I do apologize that no intent was made to.
You see a hand come up gently,
Yes.
and it's like this little old lady from book. Speak slower, you're speaking so fast. I can't keep up.
I will do my best, ma'am. I do apologize for the. I can't. This is me, and Sir Nikolai will do better. Can I roll a performance for Nikolai?
It's like, I'm praying for a dice roll here. Go ahead.
Hey, not a bad one. That's a modified 20. I think my performance is only +1. Let me double check. Yeah, it's modified 20.
Okay.
So presumably that means Nikolai's speaking more fluently.
You're trying to tap your inner flash.
First, I want to apologize. There was no intent of summoning anybody here. I merely wanted to ask questions. And our host here had the brilliant idea of bringing everybody in one spot. It does make it easier, especially traveling in the winter. So, I tell everybody the story. They'll tell everybody the story of
The same old
The
lady puts her
farmers.
hand up. I received this flask of an unknown liquid. I need to know, was it tested on animals and is it animal friendly?
who did you receive the flask from?
One of the town guards, and they could not give me any information. Is this your doing?
Just recently today, this morning?
Yes.
It is more than likely a flask of holy water blessed by the god Bahamut.
And then she's like, what god is that?
It would be a god to dragons. Very
Yeah.
honorable.
And she just looks panicked. Wait, dragons are involved with destroying our. Dragons are going to bring calamity to our farm.
No.
I-
This is a very powerful, friendly dragon.
I've never met a friendly dragon, and the dragonborn scoffed. Old wench.
These were handed out by the guards to attempt to help protect you guys from what we are seeing as a light being cast upon the land.
A lizard folk raises their hand.
Yes.
Is it a suppository?
No, you're supposed to. I suppose you're just supposed to spread it on your crops. I don't know.
Wouldn't a
I'm not
spray
a,
bottle
I'm not
work better
a
than a
holy
flask?
person.
Ah,
But I promise you, I will try to get that information to you as quickly as I can.
Chat, she's one of those old ladies.
So, I guess the general purpose of this is to, I guess, go around the table, and I will.
The lady's
request-
like, "Is it kosher?"
It's
Does
Christmas.
he know what that word is?
What the fuck does that word mean?
I will do my best to find out for you.
I'm not using it until I find out that it's perfectly safe to use on my crops. My
Perfectly
crops are
understandable.
very valuable.
Very perfectly understandable. Now, if we can please.
Is she a dirt farmer?
now we can please hold comments until the end. I would like to request, as we go around the table, any one of you farmers would as we go around the table, please share with me any information of
The lizard folk raises a hand. What are you gonna do about the bird eating our crops and our animals?
Okay, please hold comments till later. I will go around the table and I will request each individual farmer one at a time
Poor
share with me
Nikolai.
any non-typical significant problems you are having with your farms this season.
Are you gonna pay for our lost chickens? He's a
Again,
noble. He
please-
should pay for our lost chickens.
Again, please save comment for later.
The furbolg's like,
And I will
my cat was eaten. You should pay for my cat.
and I will point to the first person to my left. Male or female, presumably.
Systematically going through.
And is it male or female? I mean,
We'll just make this go by. I know Cayenne knows exactly what bird that is causing mischief.
Little purple bastard.
Yeah.
Yep.
Usher to the please share with me any particular issues you're having out of season with problems with your crops and your.
I'll come back. I'll let you breathe a minute from
Thank
the
you.
from the overwhelming AA meeting that you the town hall meeting of the farmers that you're drowning in.
An overwhelming HOA meeting.
poor Nikolai. Shit. What'd you find out about that spell?
I didn't find a mass teleport, but I did find teleport, which is 7th level. So I've got more than a few levels to go before I can cast it.
Well, figuring out mass teleport, understanding that you actually have the basics down to actually create a scroll of teleport.
Yeah, with a natural 20, yeah, you figured that out. I think for sure.
I'll quickly jot down the notes so that way I can work on that later because I know time is a bit on the essence side. Hug coin, give her back her coffee.
Oh,
Well, thanks to my wonderful bride to be, Cayenne, we can actually pop over and see the other leaf-based friend. And then come back in a hurry.
Cayenne, do me a favor. Don't visit any bars right now. I don't want you to have more alcohol in your system than blood.
No. I don't plan on it for a bit.
Good. Good. I even have a hangover.
Because I'm still trying to remember some of the things that I apparently did.
Oh, you did things and you learned things.
Oh, no. I don't like the sound of that at all.
I'm curious to know
I
these
do not
stories,
like the sound of that at all.
but I
Coin's
don't
like-
know if knowing them is going to make my life better.
Coin looks over and she motions for you to come down to her height so she can whisper something to you.
I will stand back.
I will.
didn't realize somebody can tag team someone with Pulse.
What?
Excuse me, what?
She just laughs a bit and she takes a sip of her coffee.
There's gonna be some explaining to do later.
Oh, by the way, I went to go see Pulse. She wasn't. I know the shop was closed.
Oh, yeah, Pulse. Yeah, she's.
She's not dead, is she?
Nope. I'm not going
Okay.
to give you too much information, but
Okay.
she decided to pay enough to have the strippers for a private session for an entire day.
And you guys were giving me flack about comparing her to Black Deborah. I think I was right.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry. Did you say?
Coffee's good.
One of these
Also,
days, the
coin.
list of questions that I have for this fucking world will get
yes,
shorter.
is Cayenne.
Did you know that Bellis actually found someone to spend the night with?
Oh, did she? Well, that's good.
We're just not
I'm
sure how that's going to mechanically work.
Yeah. I know there's some kind of magic that could help, but Bellis with Troyus.
Oh, wow.
That was my reaction too.
You know, I remember an old Bard song called "Living on a Prayer," but
Okay, that was good.
I will let you guys get to it. I'm going to find a meal, and I'm going to probably sleep more.
You let me know if you need anything.
Will do's. You're finally able to go in and speak to Kippa. One eternity later.
Who's all present at the moment?
Just her and Surmir. One of the elves looks down at you as they walk past, just kind of like, huh.
Whatever. Walk over to the two of them. Hey, first of all, thank you for taking the time to do this, but it's incredibly important.
Is this about the Dryad issue that you guys are dealing with and the possible corruption of the farmlands? Yes, I'm already aware.
Yes, it is part of that.
Go deal with it.
What do you know about defiled dryads?
I've been in meetings all day. I don't know shit about them yet.
Okay. Well,
I know what a dryad is, so I'm guessing, using an actual verbose dictionary, that defiled means ruined, so therefore it must be a ruined dryad, which I'm sure Cayenne is going to deal with your guys' help. So therefore, there's not a lot to explain.
There is a second part to all this, though. We don't know for sure. There is a possibility it could be direct influence from, of course, what's going on across the waters in Essacrest.
It could be. We're not raising any flags yet. That's why she puts a hand and pats you on the shoulder. You need to go deal with this and find out information, because you're currently the only group of people that could get that information to connect the dots. Are you connecting the dots by standing here, Scabbard?
Came here to go ahead and inform you of the situation. Was not aware you already knew about.
I have spies and informants, but I thank you for showing a kind face. How are you doing?
stressed, but good.
You didn't just deal with a bunch of elves that want to speak to Cayenne.
Uh-oh.
A bunch of elves that wish to speak with Cayenne.
If they're of the Druidic ways and their entire tribe and society is built around those Druidic ways. As I am not a Druid, I cannot speak on things that they need. They're requesting to speak to Cayenne because she is of a special lineage of Druid. That she would possibly be able to vouch for us to get them to assist us.
Okay. I can go ahead and see about getting that taken care of.
Let her know,
Yes,
kindly.
of course.
She offers you like what looks like a pasty pie that's wrapped in almost like a banana leaf.
Question. Was that sending stone ever fixed?
Still being fixed.
Understood.
Whatever you did to it, it is pretty kaputzed.
All I did was just try to reach you.
I'm in the royal courts. There's all sorts of magic that is at work here.
Understandable. All right. Well, we'll go ahead and get this taken care of then.
She pulls you into a hug.
And give her a hug back. Okay. Wish us luck.
Good luck. Don't die too many times. You have a child to raise.
Yeah? Well, I'm making my way back out. And, on my way out, if I see the elf, like, so you want to speak with Cayenne?
They're not present. They
Yeah,
headed
that's
off.
if I see them.
Yeah.
If not, I'm gonna make my way back over to around this time of the day. Where would everyone be?
Everybody's kind of scattered to the wind at the moment, and it's almost dinner time. Nicola, you've been having to eat food and listen to the laundry list of mundane things that have to do nothing with.
So nobody's described any particular issues.
Outside of what you've heard about that family basically being the cornerstone. And you realize that family basically listens to all these problems, compiles them into a list of importance, and deals with them.
So they're the ones that deal with this.
Yeah.
Gotcha, and they haven't been able to. So yeah, if this was intentional, they did a good job at targeting like a keystone to the farming community. See?
Yeah.
Okay.
When you got to the goblin's like, I raise pumpkins.
Okay.
And that's literally all they say.
Have you been having troubles with your
Pumpkins!
Are they growing good?
Big pumpkin.
So they grow good?
Tasty pumpkin.
No bad pumpkins?
Pumpkin.
Okay. So
Eventually they
no
will
one's
try to grow a pumpkin in the shape of Cayenne's head.
in a little bit of traveling around I've done in this space, how like centrally located is the affected farm?
Yeah, that's actually a good question.
Would I have been able, or Nikolai was trying to figure that out, would he have seen enough to know this by traveling around at this point?
There's
or would
what
this be a question?
is the affected is actually towards more the outer section.
Okay.
Take that as a yes, Nikolai. And the old lady just basically was going on and on about her trivial problems, and
Okay.
but you realizing that there's been like some sort of large bird that's been terrorizing farmlands.
Describe much of purple.
Yeah, you're realizing, putting two and two together, like, oh shit.
That's our fault.
Cayenne to blow me up with questions regarding the situation she got into.
So I guess I'll adjourn the meeting. And I will bring up the recommendation to the collection there to entertain selecting a new representative, at least for the interim.
They all kind of mutter amongst each other, and you can hear them squabbling, and you hear the old lady's like, I should do it, I have the most complaints, and yada yada. And you're like,
I would recommend a vote.
the old lady's like, well, obviously, I vote for me, and the rest of you are going to vote for me. And the Zid folks like, I won't vote for myself.
And voting for oneself is permissible. However, if everybody voted for themselves, nothing would get accomplished.
The folks like, I wouldn't vote for myself. I'd vote for my turtle.
If your turtle is capable of mitigating or assisting to mitigate the problems that your community is having, then that would be a good vote.
And the turtle's currently just got a piece of carrot in its mouth trying to eat it, looking like a derpy little turtle.
How are these people still alive?
The family that you found was everything holding the farming community together, it seems.
They're literally just very simple farmers. They know how to work the land and do crops and sell it and contribute. Not much
Scatter
else.
did inform us that he's housing them at the inn that we left the rock, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, he just left him in the house to die.
I will look at Ace and say, Ace, I think we should probably go to that inn.
Ace just gives a thumbs up.
Again, can you hold me high, Ace, for a moment?
Ace picks you up, holds you up as high as he can, steps on the table, holds you up. You almost
Okay.
bump into the beam and
Again, everybody, thank you for your time. I do hope that you can come together to select at least an interim leader for your community.
And one of the people's like, we should vote that monkey. Yeah, we should. And they all start talking about voting Ace as the person to currently, and Ace just drops you from where you're at, just exits the door,
Thanks, buddy.
and you just find yourself free falling from that height.
I have feather fall. So
Yeah.
if I'm free falling, it'll take.
Yeah.
Trigger.
Ace is like, nope.
He got out of there real quick.
I will out to
Stealth.
my character. There it is. 14.
Yeah, you sneak out pretty easily. You're like, oh my god.
And I will go visit the family, the leaders of this community.
Ace was the smartest person in the room, and they all saw that.
I buy it.
What are you and Cayenne doing? Cayenne, what are you doing? Besides laughing.
Contemplating on what our next course of action is.
Well, hold up the two scrolls. We could just pop over, get them on the anti-magic drool, and then come back real quick.
Yeah, we could actually do that. Because I know the safe word.
Yeah.
So we're talking about really splitting up the party.
What could go wrong?
I don't know.
Going to a different fucking city.
I
a
mean,
different-
at least Mongo will have a god on his side.
Yeah.
A different city on the other side of the world.
Yeah, it's not just a different city; it's a different continent.
Ah,
That is very much protected. Might get stopped.
might want to
Somehow.
do an intelligence check there, buddy.
I hope you get a 1, to be honest with you.
Fuck you.
Really? No way.
Fuck you.
No fucking way.
Yep.
I need to fucking throw something at him. You're always going on and on about how you hate that people fucking do that shit. And then you turn around and
Okay,
fucking do that
so-
shit to somebody?
I will ask forgiveness for the one time I've done it. Please forgive me for this one time I've done it.
I don't know if that is forgivable, but that's a pretty.
Yeah, apparently I see absolutely no problem with it. Nothing could go wrong. It's the perfect fucking plan.
This is awesome.
Yeah, please do a wisdom for me for the love
Please.
of all that is holy.
Please. I will.
You
clear
said
my
do a
mind.
wisdom.
Yeah.
I am not thinking about anything.
That's a 14.
You do remember the protections that Orella actually has in place.
Hmm.
Because they were specifically laid out to you by those in Orella and by Kippa.
Yeah, no, right now Mongo's just planning on just beaming right into the house
Scotty, what's the worst that could happen?
Yeah. and then walk into the room.
Now that I do think about it, Kippa did tell me about policies and procedures and protections that are in place.
What
So
policies?
you'll have to remind me of those.
There's wards against teleportation into the cities that you will basically be disintegrated if you try it.
Dude, that would have been bad. Holy crap.
That.
You're gonna find out what it's like to
That.
be a vampire during the day. You're trying to go through that barrier.
Just start looking it over again. It's like, no, this will get past all that. Maybe it won't. So, like,
Maybe
outside
if
the
what
city?
Yeah.
would that would work, wouldn't it, if it's outside the city?
What could go wrong? I ain't saying.
Maybe we should ask Kippa where the best spot would be, too, since she seems to be a bit smarter than...
Before we do that, why don't we stop by the hole in the wall and ask Lady Corin if she might potentially have magic draining tinctures or something like that.
Where are you off to, Scaff?
Yeah, we could do that. 'Cause I'm
Wouldn't
sure
hurt
Kippa's
just-
probably busy as hell.
I don't know.
Figure it out. So
And
now you
who
guys are headed to
knows?
the hole in the wall.
We might even find other items that might be as useful, if not even more useful.
So off to the hole in the wall, and your stomach grumbles.
I've been fed all day.
You've been getting fed constantly because halfling.
I've had bread.
Bread that is basically death by pepper bread.
Kippa
Yep.
might like that.
Who was it that? Oh yeah, it was Millum, yeah, that likes really spicy peppers.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go and try and find Feisty.
Wow, that's a unique one. All right. She's not hard to find. She has her own office.
My way over there then.
There's just a guard staying at the door, and as when a room is occupied, there's always a guard present. So
Okay. I'm just here to speak with an old friend, but I see it's busy, so I'll wait.
she doesn't currently have anyone in there. I mean,
Okay. Yeah,
I don't see why not.
I'm gonna go inside.
Go right into the place.
Head right in.
And Pisces just like sprawled out on her desk, and you can hear snoring. Occasionally a paw and a tail flick.
Walk over to the side and see where her face is.
It's hanging off the table backwards. Her mouth is hanging open. Her tongue's off to the side. And she's
She's on full cat.
and you can see a puddle of drool underneath where she's been sleeping.
Like, just knock on the desk gently to not spook her, but wake her up.
She wakes. I'm doing work.
I can see
And
that.
importantly, scabbard.
How are you doing, Feisty?
I am well.
Walk over and give her a hug.
She hugs you, and you can just feel the might of her big body around you.
How are you enjoying your new life?
It is satisfactory. I have no qualms with it.
That's good. I'm glad you're actually enjoying things. Probably very different from going on the adventures. But it looks like you're enjoying yourself, getting all the naps that you want.
Well, going on an adventure is more death for me, but staying here is less death for me. So.
What about adventures in the city?
They're okay.
Would you like to go out for a little bit and actually sit down for a moment?
And before
have-
you know, she's already heading out the door.
I'm gonna follow behind her. It's been a while. Sorry. Been very busy, Kippa and I. And the family. And the wards and the council. You get the picture. But yeah, it's good to see you again.
As you're walking, you can see her like clothes change as she just goes upright because people are more familiar, feel more comfortable with her that way than a massive hulking displacer beast walking around. They prefer the weird upright monstrosity she is over the
The
six-legged monstrosity that she is.
yeah. We got us a dryad to hunt, a defiled one. Not exactly a pleasant thing.
Did you know that if you pull a dryad's head off along with their spine attached, it makes a wonderful stew? Delicacy in a certain region. They actually raise dryads for that sole reason. I hear Cayenne's anger raising over there like a crescendo.
Really fucked up. Why did this come from your brain there?
You really need to ask that question?
That's
just,
Why am I
terrible.
reminded of Predator 2?
just worried about, people's safety.
That is both terrible and good to know, in a weird way. Where would you like to eat, Feisty?
Your choice.
How about an age-old favorite, barbecue?
That will do wonderfully.
Look for our favorite place to go for barbecue, the family.
It's not really one because so many people come through in and out that there's always a variety of different foods.
Then whatever
do an
seems the most
investigation.
interesting. Did he just die? No. it didn't. 22.
You're walking with Feisty through the marketplace. The air is really cold, where you can see your breath at this point. Snow is piled up around you, and
Even for a cold-blooded lizard. Pretty cold.
Huh?
You can see his breath. I said, even for a cold-blooded lizard, pretty cold.
and you're walking along, and you see a peculiar sight that catches your interest. It's a warforged. They're rather short and stout instead of like tall and like most of them are. And you can see its belly is wide, and you can see occasionally like steam coming out from around their midsection.
A walking like furnace of some kind.
And
Okay.
they're walking around, and they have a tin hat that looks like one of the pipe chef's hats as they're walking around. And lanky arms, lanky legs. Their head is just almost a round like type of shape stuck to this squat body, and they're walking around and they're holding up a sign. Food, food, food for your meat processes.
Shall we entertain this one?
Feisty's like, oh,
Walk over. Hello.
oh, hello,
Hi.
cobalt meat process.
What are you selling?
Oh, it is my latest creation. I call it barbecue stir fry.
I try that.
Barbecue stir fry.
Ah, yes.
I'm curious.
They take off their backpack, set it down, and it's like this large metal backpack, and they open it. And they open their top, their chest part, and you can see like the steam coming out of them. And they start pouring in like egg and like some rice and ingredients. They throw in some barbecue and some sauces. They start just shimmying around. And they start doing like a little dance as well. And you're like, and they just kind of scoop it out into little things. Ah, 1 gold piece each.
Go ahead and pay for it.
Yeah, and you
I'll
can see
do a
like
double portion for Feisty because she's a big girl.
a really big girl. And you can see that it's like, cooked rice, there's egg in it, there's a bunch of veggies in there, some onion and bell peppers, even some carrots, and you can see like these large chunks of like barbecue beef that's been just continuously cooking in the backpack. And you realize the backpack they put back on after they collect the coin has on the bottom part, and it's like a bottom section, you can see smoke coming out of it, and it's an actual smoker attached to their backpack.
You know what I'm reminded of instantly?
What?
The animated movie Robots with the big
Oh God.
I've
the
never
big
seen it.
robot oven.
I've never
You're
seen
not missing much.
Yeah.
That's
But-
such a weird movie.
Yeah, you see a few other people come over, and what's left of it, he starts passing it out, making more, and it's. And
Okay. Dinner and a show. Go ahead and try it. See what it tastes like.
Yeah, it's almost like a Korean barbecue type of stir fry.
I want Korean barbecue now. Thank you.
And the smell's
Barbecue
just like
stir-fry.
hitting you with those spices. There's like some actual like chili pods in there as well, like the whole chilies that have been dried.
Hmm. So, when are we doing this? All I know is that this one's not allowed to make the stir fry.
Shut up.
So we have a standing
God,
house rule
One mistake.
where Nate's not allowed to make stir fry because he decided to make schlock instead that can hold a car together.
I screwed up the egg part. Sorry.
It
Still
happens,
tasted
dude.
really freaking good, man.
It happens.
Yeah, if
It's-
you're able to actually chew it and swallow it.
Oh, shut up.
I've chewed gum that came apart easier.
Oh, shut up. Gee.
I don't know the
Overreacting.
Korean barbecue joint.
Yeah, it's something we can look at because I know a few good ones.
There are a couple of good ones, but the thing is, any of them where you can eat though.
Yeah, there's plenty I can eat at. I've had a lot of Korean barbecue, my friend.
Yes, but there's like a lot of stuff you can't have.
They have a lot of beef and a lot of chicken on their menu, and a lot of
True.
pork.
There's one place we would love to go, but it's just not worth the risk for people with allergies.
Yeah, but I'm kind of, I'm collecting a list of allergies here. It's like they're freaking Pokemon.
Stop collecting them.
I wish. As you're having food with Feisty and she's walking with you, and quite a few people that are in the market that are coming through and leaving are just like, "Fuck is that?"
What time of the day is it at this point?
It's almost 7 o'clock at night.
I'm sure you probably have to get back soon.
I won't tell anybody if you don't tell anybody.
Well, I'll make my way back over to the
She smiles a bit. I could just say that I'm checking out things associated with my job position. She holds up the food.
True. I'm gonna go ahead and you want to come with way back over to the family house.
I haven't been there in a while. What is So you're heading to the family house, yeah?
I figured everyone's gonna be converging here at some point for
Yeah.
a meeting of some kind.
What are you and Cayenne doing? Cayenne, what are you doing? Besides over there being one giant smile.
Well, I know me and Mongo, we were gonna head to the hole in the wall.
Ah,
Yeah.
yes, you guys head to the hole in the wall. It's easy enough for you guys to find. It's one of those places where you're looking for it, you'll find it.
Yeah.
And you head on into the hole in the wall.
I'm feeling they work very strongly on word of mouth.
Dude, it's the place to be for anybody to use items.
Yeah.
And Lady Corin is she is the city's food inspector. You head
Imagine
in.
if somebody brought in like subpar ingredients and just made like complete and utter shit, and Feisty found out about it. They wouldn't be allowed to make food there anymore.
Yeah, Corin, she's there, and it's actually a rather quiet time, and she's just kind of looking at a scroll.
Good evening, Lady Corn.
Ah, a good day to you, as well. Time doesn't pass here.
True.
I don't know exactly what we would be looking for other than something that would be akin to what we were going to get at the house. That was Cayenne speaking to Mongo.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure they've probably heard of it before. We're going to pop over to it was in Orello, right?
Yes.
I ain't helping you.
Yeah. No, that was Mongo asking Cayenne. Because she's got this little plant friend that rules something that kind of blocks any and all magic.
Well, that's fascinating.
Rather unusual. And that would be of great use to us considering what we're about to go and attempt.
Cayenne, would you
what
like
do
to throw in a few words here?
Essentially, we're helping with an issue in the farmlands, and the being behind the blight in the farmlands is a defiled druid,
Ah,
or dryad, excuse me.
well, I once heard of an interesting story about a dryad that went mad with nature magic. It was quite fascinating, actually. And, well, it was perplexing. Cayenne, this would be of interest to you. This little tidbit of a story that a druid was complaining about. It was centuries ago. Long past at this point. She's a dryad that was a specialist in fire.
Like Circle of Wildfire, probably.
Likely.
that was actually going to be my my chosen circle when I first started on my path to be a druid.
Really? You hate fire?
Well,
Yeah.
when I was younger, I was always interested in it, and then as I got older, it's like, no, no, no. I'll never forget when Nikolai set that building on fire with me inside.
Yeah, no, I remember you almost stomping it. Yeah, we almost didn't have a brother Nikolai anymore.
Yeah, kill me.
Why do I picture Cayenne? Okay, I'm going to show you how old I am. I'm just picturing Cayenne wearing leg warmers and doing the fitness workout from the 80s where she's quickly stomping to the song Maniac. And Nikolai's just like, ah!
I immediately got that. I immediately got that before you even got to the maniac part of like fitness video, leg warmers, maniac.
She's a maniac.
First
Yeah.
the cat
I
starts
mean-
stealing, then her sister starts stealing.
I mean, I'm gonna say this right now, and this can be canon in this campaign at some point. If Cayenne was given as a wintertime gift a 2-pair like set of like wool leg warmers that would fit on her legs by some sweet old lady, she would not turn that gift down. I'm just gonna throw that out there into the
That would be pretty
tabletop
awesome.
universe.
That would actually be pretty awesome.
That would be pretty dope.
The Cayenne leg warmers.
The leg warmers of hugs.
So, if you want, you may investigate Corin's shop, see if anything comes up.
Yeah. I was wondering, do you think you might have anything similar to that?
You can look around and see what we currently have. Things come through here often.
That is. Oh, speaking of which, I know that. Oh my god, I don't remember the name of the damn thing. Check to see where Noodle is. See if he ran off to go look at something.
He's actually been back at the house, hanging out with his family.
Oh, Leaf's still there.
Mhm.
Good.
No, it'll be fun.
Leaf.
Takes a toothpick to the chest.
Not funny.
A number 2 pencil.
Even less funny.
Is that because he's second right? Oh! I got jokes all night, bud.
Yeah, I know. No, there was that crystal, shiny rock, ruby thing that kept going from one precious stone to another one that Noodle was interested in. I was wondering if you guys got another one of those.
Oh, actually, we've gotten a notice from the person that actually works with those, and Noodles is currently up next.
Oh, good. Oh. Hopefully he doesn't know I'm planning on getting that for him yet.
We'll be sure not to tell him. And she just kind of smiles a little bit, and some of the little trinkets in her horns just jingle.
But yeah, I guess take a look around.
Investigation. Cayenne, you could do the same. Oh my god.
Oh no.
My turn to get my number.
Oh.
Did you roll a 1?
Yep.
That was a
We
really-
won't talk about it.
You rolled a 1 too?
That was a really low number I saw pop up on the screen. Like a really low number.
Yeah, we won't talk about it.
So you guys are... I'm just going to roll with it. All right, let's see how unfortunate this goes. High or low?
You know
I'm
what?
gonna
Just-
go high.
Sure. I can't rely on dice right now.
Both you're going high?
Guess so.
That's a 3 and a 1.
Oh no.
Well,
Okay, so I guess corner shop is no longer in existence.
So-
or we fucked up and we're banned.
So I'm just gonna take the proverbial steering wheel here. You guys kind of are like, oh, let's go to the ground. You guys start to go off, and you're like, no, this way. And as soon as that happens, you accidentally walk right under Cayenne. And suddenly you hear a loud crunch from your foot, and then your tail. And then she panics and stumbles, and you hear a crunch from your knee. And then she trips and falls over you, and you hear your ankle get rolled, Cayenne.
Oh God.
As all your weight lands on top of Mongo.
Mm,
Oh.
Well, either Mongo just got shorter and whiter, or thinner and taller.
You just took 29 points of damage, Mongo.
Ow.
Gee.
Ow.
And Cayenne takes 22.
Ow.
And Corn is just looking at, like,
Hey, buddy. Come to visit me. I feel
Villager
blessed.
could knock me unconscious right now.
I
and
feel blessed.
Corn's sister comes over and she's like, did you? And Corn's like, yes. She snaps her fingers and a plane of popcorn appears and she just. As you guys are laying there on the ground, just intermingled with each other in agony.
Ow.
I'm so sorry. I would have gotten off of him.
Rolled over to the side like, oh.
Good buddy.
Corn looks over. Cayenne, Mongo, are you both okay?
As soon as Cayenne gets off of me, it's curl up.
He just curled up into a fetal position.
Try to be unseen and not cry.
Yeah, the
I
sobbing
get-
fills the space.
we're a bit sore at the moment. We got caught up trying to look for something.
The two of
And
you
I-
had 3 left feet.
No,
Four
in
left
my
feet.
it's
case,
6
I
left
got
feet.
4.
It's all 6 left feet now.
Yeah.
Jeez. You look upset, buddy.
Hello.
Nice cheesy. Upset as spaghetti.
Because she's not cuddling with me in a blanket. So, as you guys try to, Nicola or Mongo is currently a puff ball of pain. Cayenne, your ankle probably hurts like hell.
Yep, and Cayenne would have been wrapping her rolled ankle, essentially, would be wrapping it with essentially making a splint.
Inadvertent trip to Botland every episode. You could just hear like bones against each other every time you move ever so slightly.
Ow.
After Cayenne would have done that, she would have gone over to him to fix what she crunched.
Roll of medicine.
as soon as anybody tries to touch, there's flinching, and depending on where exactly a hand gets landed, if it winds up in like a sore spot, I'm just bamping the fuck out.
High or low?
Um, I have a feeling it's gonna be wrong no matter what. So let's see. Oh,
I'm rolling it, bud.
I know, but you needed an answer from me, and
Oh.
that's how I had to find out my answer.
Ah, okay. So you're saying low?
Mm-hmm.
Cayenne, high or low?
I'll go low.
Like,
No, she just rolled a fucking natural 20.
I rolled a natural 20 and a 19. so you bam, and you kind of stumble backwards, and you reach out and grab the first thing you can find, and you accidentally put your hand on Cayenne's ass, and she just donkey kicks you in the side of the skull.
Oh my god.
Fuck.
For 2 points of damage as your vision goes blurry.
I can see Corinne just say, all right, fuck this, and you guys are out like 15 feet away from each other, not in the shop anymore.
You said 2 points of damage?
Yeah, to the side of the dome.
I
This
got
was only
10 on medicine, by the way.
You reached out to
I
touch.
bamfed out before you could do that.
You reach out to touch Mongo, and suddenly something startles you, and you donkey kicked, and you look over behind you, and you just see Mongo face first into the ground, not moving.
Or just put hold person on both of you so you can't move anymore. For a little. She just fixes you guys.
This is like the Three Stooges equivalent of D&D,
Yep.
or tabletop, whatever you prefer.
Or as I like to call it, not the first rodeo.
Not the first rodeo. Corn reaches over, grabs some of the popcorn, and
Oh my god.
that's your sister are just watching. Like,
I'm
Huh.
glad we can be entertaining. Gonna try to work on Mongo because I'm sure he's unconscious, which will make it much easier.
his little eyeballs are little X's at the point.
Still have some hit points left. Not many, but some.
You're like, ah. Your vision is so blurry right now from taking one to the dome.
Don't touch me.
At this point, do you have any fight left in you to even move?
Oh. If Mongo remembers this, he may think Cayenne and Osling are trying to help him.
Actually, do a perception for me with disadvantage.
Yeah, that's all right.
Just remember the magic phrase, go to sleep.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think that's what's causing some of this.
Yeah,
That
it's
thing
kind
that
of
we put under there is.
Yeah, it's kind of slanted at the moment.
So that would be. Well, 18.
18. Your vision blurs a little bit. You're like, oh no, Osling has come for me to take me to the death. Oh wait, it's Cayenne. And you're over there enjoying barbecue. You're on your way to the inn.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, the Three Stooges music is over here playing with Benny Hill.
Right?
Cayenne's just gonna be working on Mongo.
Corin's sister comes over and she just offers a lesser healing potion. A potion for your trying times.
Thank you.
Leg-shaped potion.
Since I'm sure that Mongo's on the ground, I'll help give him the potion.
Just pours in your mouth. After you reset everything to where it should be, you feel the potion go down your throat, and you're
Less
so,
broken.
yeah. I got healed for 6. But it soothes the pain for the most part, but oh, that was an experience.
Ow. Oh, fuck. Oh. Okay. Wait. Where'd Dawson go?
Osling wasn't here.
Okay, so there's just 2 of you. Alright.
You may be dazed
Concussed?
because you kind of spooked me and I kind of kicked you. I
don't
didn't
remember
mean
that
to.
I don't remember that part.
Yeah,
Oh.
when I tried to help you earlier, you tried to run off. But after some thinking, I realized you were what made contact with my rump.
I definitely don't remember that part.
You just lost the last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Just gone.
Short-term memory. Not so great when there's head trauma. I mean,
It was to the side
Go
of
back
that
up to
too.
Corin and ask about the thing that you're looking.
Yeah.
You just feel like crap that the whole last 10 minutes are gone.
Oh, what happened?
oh. Anyway, sorry, we got to deal with this triad in a farmland, and we were going to go over to Arello to pick up this anti-magic droid.
Your head is throbbing.
Oh. And Cayenne figured, like, oh, well, instead of just, the travel that she doesn't like, you guys might have something. Oh,
You realize he's been concussed, Cayenne.
oh, why do I feel nauseous?
Well, it looks like we'll be visiting Spot later.
Oh.
Second day in a row visiting Fott. This has turned out to be a really dangerous mission.
One of these days, I'm going to go visit Fott. He's not going to need to fix me. And he's going to try out of force of fucking habit. Yeah.
Yep. Care to do an investigation now, or do you just want to curl up in Cayenne's pack and go to sleep?
A little bit of that. Although, if you're concussed, I don't know if sleeping's the best thing.
Yeah, no.
No.
But I never so you're just not supposed to sleep, and when are you like
After a certain
allowed
amount
to
of
go
time
to
passes.
sleep? Yeah.
If I remember, it's 24 hours.
Oh, God, you have to stay awake for that.
And generally, get used to caffeine.
It's a good idea to drink caffeine while you're concussed. I mean, it thins the blood and could cause
So, yeah, you get to the tavern to go see the people there. Where you're heading to the house with Feisty?
Yep.
You head in. You get to the tavern. Tavern keeper, she's there.
Okay.
The familiar Philly tar.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Hello.
Mr.
This is
What?
Keeper? Yes. Hey, you remember me?
Of course I do. You were a guest within my establishment.
Honored to have impacted your memory in such a manner. How's the rock going?
Oh, we've relocated it.
Oh, you were able to move it.
Yes.
What was the secret?
A mage from the Magic City.
Oh, okay. My brother Scav brought the family here for housing. I'm here on part of that investigation that we're doing. Would you be willing and able to introduce me or? Aaron?
Ah, 8th floor, room 13.
Thank you very much. See if they're home.
And you head in, and the house is really quiet, like nobody is there.
Hello,
Hello.
Like, it is.
Mongo, Cayenne, Nikolai, Noodle, Sonny.
You hear the sounds of a hurdy-gurdy being played.
What the hell is that at?
Investigation.
God, does Leaf play the hurdy-gurdy?
Mm-hmm.
23.
You follow the sound of noise, and you can see Noodle and his comrade are sitting there, and he's like playing a little tiny leaf-sized hurdy-gurdy.
Hello, you two.
Noodle just kind of.
Have you seen Mongo there, Noodle? Do you know where he might be? You know where anyone is?
Holds up a tiny little noodle-sized scroll that says "coin is asleep."
Coin's here, but she's asleep.
Asleep, passed out, drunk.
All
Still
right.
drunk the night before.
Want to try something really good? Take
Leaf him instantly sets down the hurdy-gurdy and walks over.
kneel
It's
down
better be
and
good.
offer them both a little bit of that barbecue stir fry each.
Leaf pulls out a rapier and stabs a piece of pork and pulls it away from you and just ow.
Offer some over to the Noodle.
Noodle takes some of it and nibble.
And I'm trying to remember your name, little one. Leaf, right?
Nods.
Leaf. Feisty, Leaf.
Feisty looks over. We've met.
Oh. Oh. Well, this is weird. Everyone's usually here by now. I don't know where everyone is.
Off in the distance, you hear the Benny Hill song.
What was that?
Well, you three want to help me make some dinner for everybody, I guess?
Leaf just kind of flops into a hammock and says,
That's fair. What about you, Noodle?
and Noodle looks at a scroll. And
Okay. Well, Feisty, do you want to work with me in the kitchen?
you hear a noise in the kitchen.
She's already there.
Okay. Well, walking in. Let's. Well, first off, what do you think we should make?
Feisty's just like, She goes and walks out of the house. A guard follows her in and is like writing down things on a scroll. Like,
I don't know, man. I'm just here.
yeah,
This is a magnificent mansion.
she's not aware of that, Feisty. Remember, she spends a lot more time up in the noble area
Yeah.
than at the house, so she's not familiar with the inner workings of it.
What you having them do there, Feisty?
Uh, procure me certain ingredients.
It can manifest the ingredients, right?
As far as I understand, yeah.
Don't worry about that, actually. Watch this. May I see that list for a moment, sir? Or ma'am? I can't tell what the hell.
Feisty looks to you and says, "You're not going to generate food from magic. lacks the soul of proper food.
Okay, that's fair.
It's like, oh shit.
She has become a chef.
So as far as I know, Magnificent Mansion can only generate chicken and aerated wine.
Wow, talk about a deep cut there. So they head off and get the ingredient.
Well, also
Fried
Magnificent
chicken, that's
Ma-
right.
Magnificent Mansion can't allow characters to resize themselves.
So
House does
yeah, it did once generate a cow. So you guys are gonna look around the corn shop.
Hopefully, without incident.
Yes.
Incident has already happened.
You're gonna talk to the family.
Yes, if they're present.
And you're going to cook food for Feisty.
Correct. We're making food for the family. 'Cause eventually, everyone's gonna come back here at some point.
And Nikolai.
And Scabbard has no idea.
Yeah,
what
have
it
you
is
already
to
eaten
do.
like twice your body weight?
Yeah.
So
He probably started just taking the tiniest bit of nibble.
to
Or stuffing
end
stuff in his
tonight's
pockets.
session, we're going to end on this note. Mongo, as you're starting to prepare to look around Corn's shop, you receive a message. And it is from Leaf. And it is a very simple message. I know Paw's End. And that's where we're calling it for tonight.
Well, I need to talk to Leaf.
So we're gonna call it here for tonight. Sorry for a little bit of a messy session. I hope Cayenne had fun at least.
Yes.
Some grandma's gonna probably give her leg warmers in the near future. Nothing like leaving a session with an ominous note.
The second time this month with an ominous note.
It could be even more ominous.
I knew Paw's End.
Yeah.
Ooh, but how does Leaf know Paw's End?
That is a very good question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That just probably sobered the shit out of Mongo. So, starting with Cayenne, what was your favorite stuff from tonight's game?
The whole interaction in a corn shop.
It's always,
Lines
the,
can be fun for sure.
it's always the most random things. And I love it.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, I think that was definitely my favorite part.
I know you got questions for Coin about what did we get into?
Oh
Yeah.
God. Yeah.
And
A lot of questions.
and Mongo's never gonna look at Pulse the same.
Nope.
Well, to be fair, he just was concussed. So you could potentially give him a chance to just not have that memory of that conversation.
Yeah.
No, because he probably would remember that because that would have happened, and then they would have spent some time looking for Corn Shop, but anything in there, the trip there, yeah, probably not. Hence the reason of telling them a second time why we showed up.
What about you, Gav?
1s and 20s are always fun, but I think spending time with Feisty is probably the highlight for me. For sure.
What about you, Nikolai? Once you actually found your footing.
Yeah, once I got my head out of my ass and was able to think a little bit. Yeah, the getting the farmers together to kind of get a good scope of what's going on does kind of lead me to believe that perhaps, to some degree at least, that this may have been a usurpers in Essen Crest trying to destabilize Isil. Perhaps. Because they targeted definitely the leaders of this farming community. So, and I got a feeling Nikolai is going to find out a whole lot of things he was not aware of. How things are, how the military is being raised for the taking of SFRS. So it's going to be interesting.
Mungo.
Listening to him deal with all that shit, kind of funny.
Dude, I saw the panic starting on his face.
It's like, you mean I have to talk slow?
I mean, slower. But definitely in Gordon's shop, that was fun. And then, yeah, Leaf. Leaf's fucking great. We love Leaf.
Your conversation with Aubrey.
Yeah, Aubrey's fantastic. I fucking love her. I'm going to be talking to her more later.
Mm-hmm.
That one had you rolling too there.
Magical scrolls. Like we could just share magic.
Yeah. It's like, oh my god, how long we've gotten a fairly decent cipher
Yeah,
there.
we've gotten a cipher together that, like, you know, if we say that we're going to work on sharing a spell that the two classes can share, as far as I understand, we can just do it.
Yeah.
To me, it seemed like the whole interaction with Aubrey was just bringing Cayenne just pure joy.
That's why Cayenne left that all up to Mongo and said nothing.
I really got to go through my to-do list.
Oh, you also got some new scrolls.
Yeah.
Some very useful ones.
What about
Me
you?
cursing your roll, that was pretty funny.
Me personally, I really enjoy testing my flexibility of jumping through a bunch of different characters. And there was a large assortment tonight to jump
Yeah.
through.
Got to get back into Feisty.
Feisty has a very unique way of speaking as well.
Hungover coin.
Yeah, I really enjoy jumping into a variety of characters and just bringing all those to the table. The little old lady absolutely driving Nate up the wall. Then the lizard folk chiming in on top of that.
Realization
The
that
pumpkin
Purple has been
finding,
terrorizing these
farming,
poor farming community.
Goblin, like pumpkin. Like, but any problems with the farming? Pumpkin.
I really enjoyed just jumping through all the different characters. I know for someone like someone like Manny, that seems like an absolute fucking nightmare to do. But for me, it's one of the joys that I have. And visiting like some old characters like Feisty and visiting the shopkeeper. And
Yeah, it kind of makes me think, honestly, that we won't be having Feisty with us when we go to the temple. She probably has decided she's going to stay here, it seems like.
Lauren, getting back to her.
Yeah.
Yeah, just jumping from all the different characters. Aubrey, of course, is just
Wonderful.
a whole different range of
Sassiness of Purple.
Fucking hell spawn.
You just got Loki'd by a bird,
Yeah.
and then you got concussed by Cayenne.
Look, getting stomped on by Cayenne, I'm kind of fucking used to by now, because let's face it, one, he's earned a few of those, and two, it's just like, yeah, you hang around a centaur You're probably gonna get hoofed a couple of times. Think
Yeah.
all the boys at some point in time. It's like if anybody ever asks, "Oh, have you ever accidentally stepped on your brothers?" All of us could just go into like an hour-long tangent. Like, yeah, I got this scar from that time. I got this one from this time. Wait, oh, sorry. Forget that last one. You said accidentally. God, that was intentional.
Ooh, if I can see Kyan actually doing this as a torture, the boys are holding down someone's arm between two boards and she just stomps on it.
No.
Harley Quinn's the arm with a hoof.
Oh.
Oh, did that hurt? Here, let me just grind the two ends of the bones together.
Oh, I have no doubt that Cayenne and Augie probably did something like that growing up.
That's a name I haven't thought of in a while.
Yeah, so my biggest thing is just characters. Here we go. So here's a variety. Let's see if we can keep up with them. Oh, of course, Kip already knew what was going on because,
Yeah.
well, she has a spy network.
Who would have thought that that fuzzy little kobold in that most generalist general store is the one with an army of spies?
And she works with Lumion as well.
Yeah.
Actually, Lumion holds a very unique position that Scabbard would be aware of. It's her spy master. So Lumion is directly employed by Kippa as the spy master and the information broker.
You said it's something that Scabbard is aware of or is not aware of.
He is aware of.
Don't know if that's something he would like share with anyone except for Cayenne, who would probably already know as well.
Oh, Cayenne already knows.
He was in a meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He met
and
his shadows.
And Lumion he doesn't play any cards away from Cayenne. She knows everything. The ins, the outs, the darks, the lights of his entire business.
Cayenne would especially be involved when matters involved anything with druids.
Mm-hmm.
And probably anything that would have to do with revealing truths, seeing as who her lady is.
Terrifying deity there.
Yeah.
Yep. That
But yeah,
meeting.
That meeting. I saw. It's rare to see Nate have a level of anxiety at the table, but at that meeting with all the farmers was really like.
No, it was actually kind of fun. It's actually kind of fun. It's like, reserve those questions for later. I have questions.
What about my chickens?
What about your yes? have to have a discussion with Diane about her terrorist grandchild.
Our terrorist bird likes to sneak out and kill the local crops that are or the local fowl that is supposed to feed.
And
the city.
apparently house cats too, little fucker.
We really need to get a hold of those rangers to get her trained. Anything else there?
No, we can call it for the night. Hey, we can actually confidently say we'll be back next week.
We will be.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
It won't be 2 weeks later this time.
Or 3 weeks later.
We'll actually have a
Or-
cohesive and coherent.
We're
Recap.
like a gelatinous mold with Vienna sausages and green olives and pineapple in it.
Fuck.
Gross.
No.
All right, Shorzy. No. With that, we will say good night. Have safe travel for the week, and we hope to see you next week. Don't eat any strange foods offered to you by goblins.
Subscribe to our YouTube. Join our Discord.
Tell your friends.
Share with the world.
Dude, we're always active on Discord, and a lot of us like to just jump on there and just answer a dick ton of messages at once. We talk about lore on there, character things, other fun stuff.
Pretty much any random bullshit that you can come up with.
Yeah. We do theory crafting.
Stories of past games.
Hell, doesn't even have to be tabletop related.
No. Could be board game related, video
Yeah.
game related, movie related,
Yeah.
pop culture related.
You have like a thing on there about like movies and such.
Yeah, something he hasn't updated in like a couple of weeks because he's being lazy and he's disappointing everybody that actually looks forward to reading those.
Yeah, that's not helping.
We got memes.
Every time you don't post one, a cat goes to bed hungry.
Oh, that's just
Wow.
fucking mean.
Wow. That's just mean.
All right, say goodnight, everyone.
Good night.
We'll
Night,
see you next
everybody.
week.
Everyone.
Good night, everybody.
Same awkward channel.
They walk with you.